Good morning. Do you ever feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders? Do you ever feel like, man, this is all on me and I don't want it here? So I've been the lead pastor of a church, 13 years here, 15, about 20 years now. And I remember when I first took it on, and when you take it on again, there's a weight. There's definitely a weight that goes with it. And it was probably 3 years in here, so around 10 years ago, that I felt like I successfully took that yoke off. You know, we use an expression in church life today. We'll refer to, so my brother is at Christ Church, and friends will say, oh, over at Rick's church. He's not the lead pastor, but that's Rick's church. Some people refer to this as Paul's church. It's not. It is West Hills Community Church, but it's God's church. And if you can grasp that whatever your problem is really God's problem. I used to tell a joke back in the day when me and some of my friends rented a townhouse. The beauty of renting is it doesn't belong to you. And if there's a problem, say the dishwasher goes out, you just call the landlord, like we call the Lord, and 4 to 6 months later, it's taken care of. However, with God, the problems are ultimately His. A problem with the church, it's not my problem, it's God's problem. Ultimately, a problem in my life is not my problem. I belong to Jesus. I just read the account. I was teaching over at Christ Church. It was actually last week. I was telling the story of Wounded Tiger, and Jimmy Cavell was a missionary in the Philippines. And he and his wife, and I think it was some of their children and other people's children, they were about to be martyred. And at the point where someone, this soldier says to him, you know, like, aren't you afraid? And he's just like, he goes, like, my life's not ending. Yours is ending. My life isn't ending. And he said, aren't you afraid? And he just looked at him and he just said, you cannot take my life from me. I gave it away a long time ago. So ultimately, we belong to God. And when you hear somebody who's facing death and they're able to say that, that's really powerful. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. So this is some of the last stuff that the Apostle Paul wrote before he was beheaded. If we are faithless, he remains faithful, for he cannot deny himself. So often we put the pressure on ourselves. Give it back to Jesus. That's where it belongs. I'll tell you what, I've got certain responsibilities as a pastor and certain weights, but the ultimate weight belongs to God, not to me. And when I get that, I'm at peace and I'm a much happier person. But a lot of people feel like it's on our shoulders, or you make or break your life. I suppose people without Jesus, yes. But if you know Jesus, if He's dwelling in your heart because you've invited Him there, you belong to Him, just remind Him of where you need help. He's there to help you. It's not a performance thing where you've got to show Him how good you are. So His grace calls you to invest in the one thing that you will never come up short on, and that one thing is the faithfulness of God. You, at times, will come up short, but He never will, and He will not turn His back on you. If we are faithless, He remains faithful, for He cannot deny Himself. It's who He is. God bless you. Have a great week.